Good day, everyone. I'm Gina Rubel, and today we're going to be talking about crafting an effective law firm generative AI policy for what we like to say responsible business use. Today you have me, Gina Rubel. I am the CEO and General Counsel of Fury Rubel Communications, and my colleague and friend, Mary Hildebrand. Mary, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Of course. Thank you, Gina. I'm Mary Hildebrand. I'm a partner at Lowenstein Sandler and Chair Emeritus and founder of the Data Privacy and Cybersecurity Practice. And I want to thank Gina and her colleagues for the opportunity to participate in today's panel and to remind our audience that we're not providing legal advice. This is a disclaimer I'm required to do. We are not providing legal advice that is specific to your practice or your business. Our goal is to provide you with some thought-provoking content and concrete takeaways that you can then use to the benefit of your business in the longer term.
So this is being recorded for you. So if you have questions after the program, please don't hesitate to reach out to either one of us. We'll gladly answer them. I'm more focused on how you communicate. And of course, Mary is more focused on the legal side of things. While I am an attorney, I maintain my license. I no longer practice. So with that,
lucky lady.
That's what everybody says. So, what's so interesting, and a lot of this is going to be a conversational. One of the things we're finding is a lot of law firms still don't have AI policies. And it's really important that no matter what size firm you're in, that you have an AI policy. And in particular, today, we're going to be talking about generative AI policies. And we're going to be talking about the importance of how generative AI is being used and why you need a policy.
It's a true statement. I mean, I just have to, echo, I completely agree with you, because even if you're the managing partner or the chair of a firm, no matter what size, rest assured that your younger colleagues at least are using generative AI. And that is a particular type of AI that is publicly available through any number of different programs. A good example is ChatGPT. So it's being used. The issue really is it being used properly and for the benefit of the business?
Interestingly, in 2023, I think it was in the spring, late spring, there were some attorneys who filed a brief in New York. I prefer not to mention their names. I feel bad for them at this point. Bad, but not so bad. And there were hallucinations in there. And as of last year, so we're recording this in 2024. As of June of 2023, only a few months after that happened, they had over 7 million media hits on what they did wrong. So I say that because you don't want to be that law firm because someone thought it worked a certain way and it doesn't. And having a policy is not enough. And we're going to get into this. It's also about implementing, training, and all of that. Mm-hmm. So I just want to be clear that this is a big picture, but there is no size firm that shouldn't have an AI and a generative AI policy.
Totally agree.
So what we're going to really get into today are all the aspects of a responsible AI policy. And that brings us to the responsible AI principles that we've developed. And this goes into understanding how it's used, why it's used, all of the necessary things that you need to cover. So we're going to talk about anti-bias, human review and IP protection, responsibility, transparency, and accountability, competence, confidentiality, data privacy, security, and cybersecurity, which I'm really going to be counting on you for, Mary.
I'm in.
Responsibility, accountability, which we say over and over and over again. Accountability is in different places for a reason. And of course, quality control.
Elevate your legal expertise with LawLine, the leader in online legal education for over 25 years. Whether you're brushing up on the latest trends or diving into a new area of law, Lawline's extensive library offers on-demand courses designed by legal experts. With Lawline, learning fits your schedule. Access over 2,000 courses from anywhere, anytime. Earn your CLE credits through engaging video courses and interactive tools that make learning both effective and enjoyable. Join thousands of attorneys who are enhancing their practice with Lawline. Sign up today and transform your professional journey. Lawline, legal learning unlimited. Visit lawline.com/FuriaRuble to learn more, and for a special discount for podcast listeners.
The use of generative AI platforms, it has to be approved, right? So it's not just, oh, I'm going to go out and use ChatGPT or Fathom AI or any one of the numerous programs that are out there. There's a new one every day. Has it been approved? So just like I mentioned earlier, that when we wanted to use Fathom with a particular client, they said, well, we need approval. And so these are the questions you need to answer for our IT department. It's a process. So you want to have a process for doing that, and you want to train your team on that process. Training is so important. I can't tell you how many clients that they have a social media policy or they have a media policy, but nobody's ever been trained on it, right down to the people who answer the phones. And I give you an example with a media policy, and then somebody answers the phones and they say, well, we don't have any comment. No, black eye. So you have to train everyone on what it is and what it means, not just partners and associates. That's absolutely imperative, because half the time the partners and the associates are relying on someone else to get the information, like the paralegals or the other business professionals. So it's really important that everyone be trained. And there needs to be some level of competence. And that's not easy. I do training on how to write prompts and how to write them responsibly. And I'm still getting trained myself all the time because it's changing constantly. And as with anything we do, especially with technologies, it's continuing to change so quickly. So these three things, approval, training, and competence, are super important.
They are. I just add a couple things. I want one more thing to add to that. When you are looking at acquiring an AI model from a third party, it would be important to get from them what is called a model card. And that should give you a lot of information about the functionality of that AI model, including any weaknesses that have been detected in the output. And again, just to stress, the approval of using AI should come from that oversight committee, which involves a lot of the stakeholders.
So, Mary, let me ask you, because that's the first time I've heard the term model card. So, we're, like I said, we're always
model card. Yep.
CARD.
Yes.
So it's actually almost like a mini resume that says this is the benefits and these are the risks, or the. Okay,
yes, it will include a number of different things depending on, but it will include information, or should include information about the features of the AI. It will include information about what kind of training data has been used to that point. It will include information about any biases detected. It will give you a list of things. It is writ large in practices in the EU and when third-party AI models are acquired. And, the IT and the CISO folks and the data architects, if a firm has such a person or someone that functions in that role, it would be particularly useful. I mean, it's model cards apply per version of an AI model. So vendors should have those available. They should be provided as part of a third-party transaction for an AI model.
So for the law firms or lawyers on here that are working with technology companies, that's a really good tip. I was not familiar with that. And so even as a presenter, we're always learning. And I really appreciate that, because that's the first thing I'm going to ask from now on.
On Record PR is produced by Jennifer Simpson-Carr and Matt Henderson, with support from the team at FuriaRuble Communications. This episode is edited by Željko Tomic of Compost Media Flow.